Welcome back to Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, where all your worst fears are coming true. Like me making a new video. Kablam. And today on a star-studded Storytime, we're doing a classic. Or quote-unquote classic, or I guess, called The Yellow Devil. That Mega Man story, which I'll be reading off the Trollpasta wiki, which is back, by the way. They asked if I would just casually plug that, and I said, yeah, sure. So, troll away, my friends, and with that in mind, let's get into the story. My favorite video game character is Mega Man. Growing up, it was one of my favorite games to play. I've only played Mega Man 2 through Mega Man 8, even though Mega Man was his favorite game growing up, but he only Mega Man 2 through, okay. But I could never find a copy of the original Mega Man. That's a very rare game. And after Mega Man 8 came out, I went to an old video game store. I love where this is going. To pick up Super Mario. I love Mega Man, so Super Mario... to pick up Super Mario World to give to my older brother as a moving out gift. That's kind of a shitty gift, honestly. Well, you're moving out and you're never coming back, so I thought to celebrate it, I would give you one of the most common Super Nintendo games I could find. I love you. When I found an old copy of the first Mega Man game with the rather unappealing cover art torn off and leaving bits and pieces of the leftover sticker, the Mega Man 1 written on it with black marker. Wait, hold on a minute. I thought you were... How did we get to Mega Man from Mario? Moving out gift. Suddenly you found Mega Man. So, forget my brother. He's not important. Yeah, I have never played the original Mega Man before, so I decided to buy it. My brother be damned. He doesn't need a very common video game. He'll be fine. I went to the checkout to buy both the games. Never mind. In my dreams, I asked the clerk what happened to the Mega Man game's cover, and he told me that it was sold to him like that, and apparently they have no quality control, so, that the previous owner, who was about 8, wanted to sell the game right away. I asked him if he knows why, and he told me all the kids said was Yellow Devil. Must have been a thrill to talk to, based on that. And that the boy had a very scared look on his face and wouldn't look at the clerk because all the kid could see was the red eye, this black dragon. And the clerk then proceeded to tell me that he had gotten a newspaper. Wow, that's really exciting! That said the kid had been driven to insanity and landed onto an insane asylum. From a plane? Did someone threw him on it? Like, how did that happen? But about a week after he sold the game. Very impressive gymnastics, nonetheless. And that he's had this game for about a year or so, not anymore. The kid kept hearing some noise that hurt his ears. And kept seeing things, like an eye that would watch him wherever he went. Was it the government? A little puzzled by the story, I thanked the clerk and left, eager to try out the game. That's an entire paragraph right there. The whole time I was driving home, I was wondering about the boy who went insane. You should be paying attention to the road, motherfucker. Could it be because of the game? No. I mean, I wrote this story, but no, it couldn't. Besides, Yuri Wynn has speech problems. Also, besides, It is Mega Man we're talking about. Technically Rockman, but whatever. How bad could it be? And then Capcom cancels a bunch of shit. I went home and popped the game into my NES, and I was greeted with the title screen. I pressed start, and instantly there was a loud screeching sound coming from the game. That's supposed to happen. With a picture of a red eye appearing shortly after, lasting for a split second. I was then greeted with the stage select screen. I saw 6 Robot Masters: Cutman, Gutsman, Iceman, Bomb Man, Fireman, and Electman. Shocking choices. One thing I found odd was that the background was pitch black. That makes it scary. And the names of the Robot Masters were missing. So how did you know their names? This whole story is falling apart before my very eye. And the Robot Masters themselves had, bright red eyes. Oh, wow. So they're either evil or high. But my brother, wait, he's still in the story? I thought he was leaving. Who had played the game before, even though you don't have the game. So if you don't have the game, your brother probably didn't have the game. So where'd he play it? That's a plot hole right there. But he played the game before, and he told me that Cutman was the easiest boss, so I decided to follow his advice. I selected Cutman, but instead of displaying the Robot Master's name after selecting him, it said leave now. I thought that was real fucking rude. The clear points display was left unaltered, which was the scariest thing of all. I started the level, and it was just a straightforward path. No enemies, no bottomless pits, nothing. Sounds great. It played Cutsman's theme. That's his cousin. He's way cooler. Which sounded nice, but as Mega Man started walking to the right, the theme, became more and more. Is it gonna be A, demonic, B, devilish, or C, demonic with 2 C's? The answer is A, demonic. 1 C. Slowing down in tempo and lowering the pitch. Of course. At the end of the road was a boss door. I entered it, and there was Cutman. Before the fight started, Cutman said, Mega Man, get out, or it will catch you and take you along with it. Inafune, Mega Man Universe, Deep Silver, 2010, Legends 3. The battle started, and I fought Cutman. During the battle, giant yellow spheres started to appear on the screen. They weren't coming from Mega Man. They were aiming at Cutman. Good. The spheres latched and formed over Cutman. Good. And he started screaming while the ... thing, and that wasn't an ellipses, technically, I think. And it slowly killed him. A shame. I don't know. After that, the screen went to black and showed a series of violent pictures of Cutman being suffocated and crushed and torn apart by the yellow mash potatoes. And I'm sure that all looked real great, by the way, utilizing the very limited capacity of the NES. Just ruining things for everyone. But, yeah, all that was left of Cutman was his head. And a couple of limbs. Well, that's not bad. Oh, also there was blood all over the floor. And the loud screeching noise from before showed up, which I thought was rude. And this time it lasted longer, and text showed up saying, they will all die, and so will you. No one can escape the Yellow Devil. Yellow Devil, ... I started to remember what my brother said about it. Yellow Devil was said to be the hardest boss in the game. You could, you could cheese real. It wasn't that hard. But a boss that would split into multiple parts, and that they would ram into Mega Man, causing large amount of damage. He told me he was a fat yellow blob with he just started casually insulting all the characters in Mega Man. I thought that was pretty great. But they had limbs that had a very creepy looking eye as well. An eye that was all black and a red pupil. His description of the Yellow Devil reminded me of similar bosses found in Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 8, although I'm sure that's just a coincidence. But he never told me that something like this was in the game. I assumed that it was a hacked game. You heard it here first. And I found it kind of disturbing, but... And you could literally finish this sentence for me, but you're never going to guess what happened. Curiosity got the best of me. And I know what you're thinking. That's so unlikely. That never happens in these. I know, but it happened. So I continued playing. I was sent back to the stage select screen. It didn't seem like a good idea, but fuck it. YOLO, as they say, to see that Dr. Wily's castle was now accessible and that the rest of the Robot Masters were gone. What, just because he took out Cutman? Oh, he took out Cutman. Well, that's the easiest boss. Everyone pack it up. I chose Wily's castle, and instead of displaying Wily's name, it just said, "You were warned. ... Now you will pay! ... Exclamation point. After that, comma, I was immediately transported there. I later learned that in the original game, Wily's name and the clear points display first disappear. Then Wily would summon his flying saucer and fly off inside it, and the player would be teleported to the stage. Anyways, when I entered the stage, the sky was blood red. Oh no. And the castle was destroyed. Oh god. Covered in flames and blood. How's the NES doing this? Mega Man slowly walked into the remains of the castle to find Wily, comma, Dr. Light, comma, Roll, comma, and the other Robot Masters on the floor, period. They all seemed to be dead, comma, as there was blood on the floor on their lifeless body. Well, I mean, if their bodies are lifeless, you know, probably not living. I walked up to them, and then text from all the characters appeared saying, "Why didn't you save us?" Okay, turn back now. Alright. It's going to kill you. You cannot escape. The red eye, the red eye. You know, 4 of those are helpful, but that first one, "Why didn't you save us?" Like, what the fuck are you expecting? It's the author of a creepypasta. You want to be saved? You're stuck in a video game. You're haunted. And as Mega Man continued to walk forward, is the character controlling Mega Man at this point? The yellow spheres from before came out from behind him at an incredibly fast rate, and formed a giant yellow creature with a demonic red eye. All it said was, "I am the Yellow Devil. No one can escape me. ... The creature was more skinny than what my brother had described to me. What was your... He's real fat. And it had long, stretchable arms and legs. It was like Mr. Fantastic. At the center was its eye. Its bright red, evil-looking eye. Blood poured from it, and it started to drip to the floor. It was just Dot's unsettling. The screeching noises immediately came back, only this time it was louder and lasted through the whole fight. The yellow devil stretched out one of its arms and threw Mega Man across the screen multiple times, draining my health until it was at 1 unit left and slowly disfiguring Mega Man with every throw. Again, this isn't NES. I couldn't react, or maybe it's a Famicom disk drive. At which point, all this is possible. I couldn't react in time because he was so quick. That's kind of a scrubby thing to say. Soon, the yellow devil then split into multiple forms and came hurling at Mega Man at such an incredible fast pace, I couldn't have Mega Man dodge them. And then each part that hit Mega Man, he became slower and slower, and he couldn't jump. It got to the point where Mega Man couldn't move, and he was basically swallowed whole by the yellow devil. Don't take that out of context. The screeching noise got even louder as the giant yellow blob spat Mega Man out, because Mega Man is disgusting, and it revealed a mangled, ripped-apart, bloody, drenched corpse. Oh. Also, Mega Man is disgusting. The screen went black, and all that was shown was the corpse of Mega Man. And a red eye forming behind it. It's Mega Man. The screeching noise got even louder and more high-pitched as text appeared saying, "They're all dead. Now you're next." I wouldn't take that shit from my NES. I don't know about you, author. You probably will. And then the words, "No one can escape the Yellow Devil. Not even if you were to turn this off or unplug it from the wall, you still wouldn't be able to escape. Keep looking at the screen, stupid." It kept up on forming on the screen. The text kept getting bigger, and the screech getting louder and high-pitched. And soon after, the red eye appeared again, with the screech reaching its maximum pitch and volume. I thought about turning the television down, but my neighbors can go to hell. Piercing through my ears, though, and literally making them bleed. Figuratively making my ears bleed. Subjectively making my ears... I quickly shut off the game and took it out of the console. I was really creeped out by the game. Especially that ear thing. That wasn't cool. And felt the urge to get rid of it by all means. Don't do this to me. Even if that meant destroying it. Okay? Alright. I got a hammer from my garage. I hope it's invincible or it fights back. And I proceeded to violently smash the game to bits. And then threw the remaining pieces into my garbage can. I don't know what came over me. I don't know, that's one of the most logical things I've ever read in one of these. It was just a game, and from the looks of it, it was just hacked. It was just misunderstood and haunted and wanted to kill me a little bit. But my older brother soon came home afterwards and asked me what was up. I told him what happened and explained what I witnessed. He didn't seem to believe me at first, but he was stupid and soon gave in. I may have added words, stating he had never seen me this freaked out before. He then patted me on the back and asked me if I wanted to come to his new house, hang out there, and watch some TV. I agreed and gave him the Super Mario World gift I mentioned before. That hot new game Keep in mind, you've already played Mega Man 8, so that came out for the PS1 and Saturn. You're giving him Super Mario World? Fuck, you're cheap. I lost my point in the story. But we talked about the game for a bit, believing it was hacked, and that the kid who went insane probably had other mental problems and issues to deal with. We watched The Simpsons for the rest of the night. And that's where the story... What seasons of The Simpsons were you watching? I dreamt that I was walking to my house in the middle of the night as soon as I went to my driveway, when all of a sudden my stomach began to hurt. It started to get worse, and soon, I was vomiting and coughing out blood in this yellow substance. I continued this non-stop until the yellow substance formed the yellow devil. No. I then proceeded to run, but it grabbed me and threw me into my house door, and then on the concrete pavement, feeling broken and in so much pain. Tried to run away, but the yellow devil split into multiple pieces and proceeded to violently latch on to me until I was immobilized. I couldn't move. I couldn't yell for help because my mouth was covered up by the yellow devil. I was helpless. It then swallowed me whole, and all I could hear was my agonizing screams and a loud screeching sound. I felt my bones being crushed and my skin being torn apart as the violently ripped off my limbs. Every time I opened my mouth to scream, nothing came out. It was very exciting. I struggled to escape, but it was no use. Like that time Silver the Hedgehog said that. I just waited until it suffocated me. It's great attitude, frankly. The last thing I could hear was, "You thought you could escape me. But apparently, you didn't look at those other times in the story when I said you couldn't actually do that. It's impossible." And also, I would like to say that you were wrong, and that no one can escape the yellow devil, ... It kept repeating, "No one can escape the yellow devil," over and over, getting louder and louder, along with the screeching nows. Look, the screeching nows got real fucking loud. You don't even want to know. I can't say noise. And after that, I could see my mangled, lifeless corpse lying on the ground with the red eye behind it. Why? Just like when I saw Mega Man die. I quickly wake up to see my brother making breakfast. It was very frightful, let me tell you. And I proceed to tell him about my dream. He tells me to calm down and to stop talking, and told me to eat and to stop talking. I was calm for the rest of the day, but that night and every night after, I had the same dream. It wasn't a very exciting dream, so I can't imagine that being fun. The dream kept on getting more violent and intense, with the screech getting louder and louder, and the eye appearing over and over, and words repeating again and again, my corpse being torn apart, people I cared about being violently gored before my eyes, which, hey, that's terrible, but they weren't vored, so you were one letter off. Thank your lucky stars. Soon, I kept hearing the screeching sound in my head, and I became delirious. I kept on seeing the red eye wherever I went. The screeching noise kept ringing in my head. It never stopped. I could think straight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think about eating straight. I refused to sleep to avoid the dream. I just fell apart. I found time to write this story, by the way. My brother finally took me to see some help after about a week. And even after all the treatment, the Mega Man treatment, it didn't help. Can't be there, man. Still don't have any idea what the fuck happened. I still had nightmares, and I still heard the noises and the sounds. I may have added noises to the story by accident. I suck at this. I still saw the red eye, though. After about a month and a half of seeing my psychiatrist, though, and having various medications thrown at me, I slowly became better. I had my moments here and there screaming about Mega Man 1, and you can't beat the Yellow Devil, whoever that is, but I recovered for the most part. To think that a game had this much impact on me. I mean, not really, because it's not real, but still. To think that it drove me to near insanity, not really, but, theoretically, sure. As of now, I am almost fully recovered. I have the dream much less frequently, if not ever. That sounds weird. I still sometimes hear the screeching that Capcom's recent Mega Man 9 and 10... Wait, whoops, skipped a sentence. Sorry, this exciting story, I got ahead of myself. But sometimes I hear that screeching sound, but it's very faint. That still sounds like an issue, though. The only thing that still occurs frequently is the red eye. It doesn't bother me as much now. It should. What does your doctor think about it? I see a red eye. Here's some Nexium. I don't know. But I can't stand to look at it after a while watching me. And it didn't help that Capcom's recent Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10 also had their own unique versions of the Yellow Devil. Which I'm sure was not the inspiration for this story, although I imagine it probably was. But hey, looking back on it, I guess what the game said was true. No one can escape the Yellow Devil. That story wasn't... I know it was old, but it's not a classic. But, I've read worse. But that's not good enough. I'm left feeling indifferent. I wanted something that was more bad. It wasn't bad enough. I don't know. But yeah, that was bullshit Creepypasta story time. Hope someone enjoyed that. I'm a little confused and disappointed. It wasn't bad enough. That was too many minutes. I need to leave. To go watch an End Slate. See you next time on End Slate. Well, I'm streaming right now, but welcome back to End Slate, where it's the end of the video, and this is the End Slate that's going up on the Patreon version of the video, which means I can ramble as much as I want. I hope you all enjoyed the new bullshit Creepypasta story time on the Yellow Devil. I didn't think it was that good. I've read a lot of stories that, because the problem was it wasn't bad enough. So learn your lesson next time. If you're gonna be bad, maybe you should be bad more. There, learn something. But it's not all about stories. Sometimes it's about thank yous. Like saying thank you to people. And thanking with thanks. Along with the air conditioner cooling in the background. It's like, it's the closest thing I'll ever get to having a character. That and Chair Coon. It creaks. But I would like to thank Deshaun Lewis. I fucked it up immediately. Okay, let me try this. I would like to thank Deshaun Lewis, aka Shadow Wall. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kiki Airsbet. Thank you very much. Thank you, McKella. Thank you. I can say thank you to everyone individually in this version because it's not going public. Although that new end slate went public and that end slate went on for about 20 minutes. But that's not my problem. I mean, it hasn't gone public while I'm recording this now, but it will be public by the time this goes up. Thank you, John Garcia. Thank you, Rabbit. Thank you, Anal Bag. Thank you, Mama Aki. Thank you, Matthew Newitt. Thank you, Skinny720. Thank you, Whitman. Thank you, Anton. I just got scared. Thank you for following. That's something on Twitch. But thank you, Whitman. And thank you, Antonio Anguano. And thank you, Bradley Harder. Thank you, Klodek. And thank you, Fernando Silva. And thank you, Glad Goku. I'm glad you're not sad. You know, don't get sad, get glad. And then you clean floors really well. So that's product placement. Hire me. Thank you, hey, it's Brad. Thank you, Janelle Rambo. Thank you, Kenpachi Ramasama. Thank you, Crunchy Face. Thank you, Lily Starflame. Thank you, Lou Crispy Waffle. Thank you, Michael Holder II. 1 second here on stream. I'm going to switch it to the end slate. Seems so while I'm thanking everyone can watch a fucking end slate. It's the most realistic thing ever. It's so meta. So meta. Crazy. It's exactly the kind of thing I try and bring to the table on a regular basis, constantly. Never. What can I say? But thank you, Michael Holden II, and thank you, Nikki Wayman, thank you, Nolan, and thank you, Queen Sapphire, and thank you, Rage Magikarp, and thank you, Ragnar the Green, thank you, Ryan Rudnick, and thank you, Cedars PhD, thank you, the Pie Man, thank you, Euk, thank you, Vidya Gummy, thank you, Andrew Silverman, thank you, Andy Deborah, thank you, An Evil Ghost, ah! I was scared. I'm taking it back, I must say. Because that's scarier than anything I ever read. Thank you, Angel Bang. Thank you, Angie Pickle. Thank you, Brandon Burgoon. Thank you, Chuckster. Thank you, come watch my Twitch streams. That's the name of the thing. I didn't say it. Ironically, streaming on Twitch. If you did, thank you. Thank you, David Jensen. Thank you, David Martinez. Thank you, Derek Chapman. Thank you, Deez, aka Is That So? Or Dez, sorry. Thank you, Dylan Swenson. Thank you, Effrey684. Thank you, Fat D II, my illegitimate son. Or daughter, I'm not sure. Thank you, or puppy. Thank you, Fuffle Pups. I started thinking about puppies halfway through. Thank you, Greg Wolf. Still thinking about puppies. Thank you, Heather Hawthorne. Now I'm thinking about Hawthorne Heights. I'm not sure how I feel. Hold on. Page slow. Potato. Oop. See, now I ruined it. I had a perfect vibe going. I don't know how we're ever going to recover from this, frankly. Everything. I mean, we had it all figured out. And now I just don't know where we're going to go. But to say thank you, Jamie Lynn, and thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Joe Martfolio, and thank you, John Duff, and thank you, John Mayer, weatherman. This is what. Thank you, John Paul Hoare. Thank you, Tommy Munn. No. Thank you, Tommy Moon. What the fuck am I saying? Thank you, Kitaro. Thank you, Kristen Soto. Thank you, Lenny Barks. Thank you, Link VIII. Or Link the 8th. I keep switching between them because I'm not really sure. But thank you, M Gamers. Thank you, Mr. Mohawk. And thank you, Mr. Bowler. Thank you, Nikki Batelli. Thank you, Orderly Chaos. You know, Chaos is very popular in the Final Fantasy franchise recently. I don't know if you noticed. Your name is very poignant. Thank you, Painful Choice. And thank you, Purin, or Jigglypuff, or as it's known on the streets, Fat D. The streets of China, if we're going to be specific. Thank you, Brad R. Thank you, River Casey. Thank you, Sarah Salmon. Thank you, Scarlet Robin. Hope you're doing well also. Thank you, Scott LaBar. Thank you, Sean Carter. Thank you, Shalik. Thank you, Slickster Maxell. Your evening's done. Thank you, Slickster Max. Maxeltastica. Your evening's listed. Thank you, SMKDA. I won't say a real name. Thank you, Snooper, but I know it. Thank you, Stone Ghost. I'm just saying. Thank you, Sin Kit of Gold. I got nothing. Thank you, TDSLIG. I still can't pronounce that. Said my goddamn line. But thank you. I try, but I don't try at all. But I love you. Thank you, the Prince of Ravens. I love all you. Thank you, the wheels on the bus go die, die, die. Feel bad for the wheels on whatever that bus is. Thank you, the Plum Rocker. Thank you, the Red 9 in RE4. You're such a good gun in RE4. Look at you. Thank you, Tim Klomp. Thank you, Trevor Marquez. Thank you, Is it Tropic? It's probably Tropic, but for some reason my brain wanted to say Trophic. That's probably wrong. It's probably Tropic. That sounds better. On the off chance it's Trophic, though. Let me know. Thank you, Zachary Alexander. Thank you, everyone who supports me on Patreon. It's greatly appreciated. Love you all. You're very nice people. I did add merch support on Patreon. It ships out 3 months, or in 3 months. It should ship out from when you're signed up, or if you were already signed up, then like this month forward. First batch of merch will be a little weird because I haven't done this before, but second batch will be less weird, and then we'll go from there. But thank you all for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. This hot early access Patreon. Stay safe. Love you all. I'll see y'all next time on a video that has an end slate attached to it. Whichever portion you watch, that's not up. You know, it's whatever. Some people say that they only watch the end slate, and well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a goddamn second. Laters.